All right. Hi, everybody. I was thinking as to whether or not I was going to say what day it is, and I was kind of struggling with it because I kind of want this to be a timeless moment. However, today is a very important day for me. It is a Saturday, January the 30th, 2021, where my second book got released on Amazon. I share this day because it is the actual moment that I am still riding off of the energetic vibrations of feeling so excited that it's finally released out there to the public to decide as to whether or not they want to purchase it. So I'm kind of giving it more tender, loving care by video recording myself. And it's also really great because it helps me to also practice up on something that used to and continues to right now give me a little bit of an anxiety attack. Um, Performance anxiety is something that I've hidden for quite some time in my years. I'm 52 years old, and I used to hide it a lot by, showing up in my work settings and in my home life, my personal life, with this whole bravado, like everything is fine and dandy. And that showed up with the kind of person that I am, which is just show with my smile. So every time I was nervous, you'd see this big ear to ear smile on my face. So I was very fortunate for that because at the very least, I wasn't a grumpy soul or I wasn't too quiet. I was just, bursting with a big smile on my face. But really deep down, um, I was suffering from performance anxiety, just getting so nervous when it came to public speaking, when it came to speaking without having prepared for something. And, over the years, as I got older, I realized that you can never really truly prepare for life. And that's one of the reasons why I stuck it through all of 2020 in trying to find my voice on a rewrite of my second book. My second book right now has been released on Amazon, as I mentioned, as of today, and it's called Love and Leadership in the Fast Lane: How to Lead Without Selling Short on What Matters Most. And for me, what mattered most was how I could get rid of these things that caused me a lot of anxiety in the years, and I kept hiding them. And certainly, performance anxiety was one of them. I was no longer feeling comfortable with suppressing that. There is something to do with a level of stress that I still quite like, which excites me. And it signals me to, make an effort to really decide, do I really want to do this? Is it worth it? And then there's the kind of anxiety where I just bury it and I hide it underneath, and it causes me a lot of stress. And no doubt, performance anxiety showed up many, many times in many different forms in my life. I use this book journey as an example. I had written it I started the process in December of 2019. And I had amazing supports. I had a book agent who I loved dearly, and I continue to love dearly. She helped me with my first book, Love and the Highly Engaged Team, and that became a bestseller, got picked up by a New York publisher, and it was all great. The work that I owned was really the performance anxiety that I kept burying inside me. And did it show up? Absolutely. For the second book, I had finished the manuscript back by February of 2020. And we were working on the cover design. And then, of course, COVID hit. And it had its own reasons for me stopping. And I was really grateful for it because when I stopped, um, that my version of a whole reset was a reflection on what it was that I no longer wanted to carry within me, certain areas that I knew I could control. And I just needed to do some work, some inner work. When I did do that, I put aside my manuscript back in March and I did a lot of inner work. And it led me to a place in Hawaii where I did a pilgrim journey. And I was kicking and screaming from within, thinking, I am such a failure. I left a manuscript behind. I don't love it anymore. And that was also around the same time when I was wanting to reinvent what my next was going to be in my life. Now, this is an individual, if you don't know me, where for 17 years I owned my own business. For 17 years, I was an entrepreneur who was providing, I can say that now, service for organizations, for clients, whether they were leaders or they were employees, and even the public sector for 17 years. And here I was at that place in the pilgrim journey in Hawaii, being loving and being loved by individuals because I was so burnt out. I was so stressed and I was causing it from within because I wasn't really wanting to let go of that identity. Anyways, fast forwarding, by October, I still, I came back from the mountain of enlightenment and then relocated myself from my home residence, only to find that that book, that manuscript of mine was still, I was not connecting with. And it wasn't until Christmas of 2020 when it hit me. And I suppose all of the inner work that I was doing just brought me to the realization that I was not, there was one person that I totally forgot about to give love and tender care to. And that was me. I was looking back at, these things where I mention it to the people I coach and help to support. When it comes to what it is, the results that we want, that's not the starting place. The starting place is, where are you as an individual, Maria? That's what I kept asking myself. So by December, I got to the point where you make one decision and you stick with that decision and you give yourself all the love in the world. It doesn't mean the kind of love which is rosy posy and you're always happy all the time. No, it's the kind of love where it really brought for me a huge illumination, which is, by the way, awareness. The gift of awareness is something that we can give ourselves. And when I opened my heart and my mind to becoming more aware of the things around me that affected me, as opposed to me affecting other people and trying to fit myself in another role, it was just, for that moment I decided to invest in myself and really listen from an awareness, openness, objective perspective, and then bring it all into myself and really make a decision. It started becoming more easeful. I believe that everyone wants to achieve something. Everyone has a purpose. Everyone wants to, have this external validation that there are things in life that can confirm that we are contributors in society, in our family, in our relationships. And we often tend to forget about ourselves. I spent a lot of time nurturing myself. And that Christmas, I think it was Boxing Day, I just sat there and it just dawned on me and it hit me. And then my place of ease happened. And then I produced a totally rewritten book, which is now out on sale in Amazon. Now, many of you who might catch this video might think, oh, that's great. And, you know, you have the gift of writing, you've got your sociology background, your English background, and you've worked in the corporate environment. You like to talk, you know, yes, all of those things were important, but the most important thing was that I showed up for myself. And I showed up for myself by loving aspects of me that I was really afraid of to confront. And I confronted them. I spent the time and I invested my time with quieting all that was around me, and then sat there and decided to write from my soul. So, a lot of this is illustrated in my book, Love and Leadership in the Fast Lane: How to Lead Without Selling Short on What Matters Most. I talk a lot about, you know, some of the things that are what differentiates us when it comes to doing things and achieving things and being interested versus being committed, and loving ourselves up and what that really truly means. You know, that's translatable from a self-care standpoint, from a standpoint of finding yourself when you get to the other side, realizing that you have so much more to offer. I hope you do take me up on the invitation to go for it. And it's, I think, like $9.99 on Amazon. And if you're really that struggling, contact me at maria.nebres at factorof.com, and I'll give you the book for free. It's a digital copy right now. So what's going on? I hope you enjoy this message, just to introduce and give my book launch another tender loving care. And I am going to try and figure out how to fix my YouTube channel. I've got 2 channels. I don't know why, but yeah, I'm not a tech guru. I don't have it all sophisticated, you know, laid out. But I'm totally fascinated and totally inspired by all of those influencers out there. And I'm choosing to pay attention to some of their vibrations and their energy in terms of what they want to share, their boldness. And I'm going to put it back into my version. One of my biggest scares, by the way, and I'll be very transparent with you, is my next big scare is that I currently have on my LinkedIn page that I'm an HR transformation person, and I am this thing called a relational guide. I'm still trying to play around with the what I want to call myself, which, by the way, is really more for people to be able to relate to me. So I'm playing around a little bit with that. And it doesn't take away, though, from the near 30 years that I have to embrace in myself. I share this with you because we all have something. We didn't just start. However, you always have a place to start. And the only place that you can start ever is in your current moment, your present moment. If you decide that you want to write a book, go for it. If you decide that you want to be unhappy, that's also your right. Don't let anybody ever take that away from you, especially, most especially yourself. My biggest challenge was really myself. And I continue to do that. I continue to refine that aspect of me with unconditional love. And again, that is the whole gist of the messages I have sprinkled in my book, which is out. And I'm wishing you a very wonderful day, whether it was Saturday that you pick up this message, which is what today is, or you check out this video later on. It is meant to be timeless, and it is meant to be for the moment that you end up opening this up. And if you have any questions or you want to reach out to me, please do. maria.nebres at factorof.com. And I am looking forward to providing more releases that is in the vibration of really this collective that I'm loving and I'm seeing in all of the social medias that I that resonate for me. Make sure you pick out those thoughts and those shared collective inspirations from people who are maybe just a little bit farther ahead than you. There's always going to be someone like that. And I call them success clues, right? I learned that from people like Jack Canfield, who I did spend some time with. Um, Anyways, I'm rambling on. I will talk to you soon, and may you have a blessed day. Love and blessings always. All right, take care. Thanks. Bye.